Hello, people. This is my first time doing a YouTube recording in a while, and I'm recording because, excuse me, of what's going on right now with all the protests. And I'm here to say that we need to do better. You know, we are fighting the good fight here. We are trying our best. You know, and we should be doing this. You know, for all the African American people that have died by police brutality. Excuse me. And we should be able to have our voices heard. But what we shouldn't do is is have some of our African American brothers feel like, and maybe any other race or culture, feel like they can start looting property and start stealing property too in different states and major cities. We shouldn't do that. We are here to protest an injustice that happened a week ago. George Floyd was a good man, and his family is also very good at the same time. And you know, they charged one of the officers. I'm very upset because they charged one of the officers with third-degree murder and manslaughter, and that shouldn't be at all. And you know, and the federal government and even the state government, Minnesota, act like that's what we would be okay with. No, that's the reason why the protests started in the first place. Well, one of the reasons. And now you tell us that when the protest happens that we shouldn't do anything, we shouldn't resort to violence. No, we are going to resort to violence because we feel like our voices have never been heard before. You know, we have done many protests over the years. You know, I'm a big advocate for Black Lives Matter at the same time. But see, I would do my protests different by coming to y'all on social media right now. You know, I live in a racist southern state in Louisiana. So I know how it is to basically, kind of basically feel this way, white people act like they were basically better than you in each and every way possible, period. I experienced prejudice when I was in college and etc. But I kind of handled it in the right way, and that they felt like, I wasn't a smart African American brother, and I am. Graduated with degrees and honors. Now I'm pursuing a master's degree. But that's neither here or there. My point is that my black kings and queens, we are fighting the good fight, and we still need to. We just need to do it in the correct way. And I come to you now just to tell you all, keep pushing, keep fighting in the correct way. And for my young brothers and sisters I'm 24 years old. My name is Christopher. And my young black brothers and sisters that are younger than me, I would tell you, do your research. Know what Dr. King and Malcolm X and John Lewis and some of these prominent civil rights activists of their era during the 60s, know what they was fighting for. Know exactly how they pushed forward. Know exactly what was said, and how they said it, and how we came to have our voting rights, and even our rights to where we can use facilities now that was not that was not available to us during that time, during that era. Now that we have access to that, a majority of you probably do not know this, because you probably wasn't taught this in school the correct way. And that's one of the reasons why I am going to be a history professor, because I'm going to teach the African American history the correct way. But that's neither here or there. But for my time being, I'm saying is, know the correct way, know your black history the correct way, because it's only taught by the white people, and they know that history is wrong. They're trying to fill your mind with that nonsense, and you need a black, strong African American brother or sister that's a professor, a history professor at that, that will tell you, no, this is what it was actually said. This is how it was actually done. So that way, one day if you protest, just as we're doing now, you will know how to go about it the correct way, and not do it the wrong way, and you start looting things and stealing from stores just because you feel like that's the right thing to do. No, you will not be opportunists. No, I've looked at CNN. I'm still looking at it now, and I see this on TV. And how y'all want to have y'all 15 minutes of fame on there? You know, no, you cannot do that. No, this is not what we're fighting for. We're fighting for injustice by police brutality. You know, a white man, he knew exactly George Floyd wasn't breathing, and he still kept his knee on his neck. Before. Longer than what the time, longer than what you needed to. Basically. So keep fighting the fight, my African American brothers and sisters that are actually trying to make a change. You know, I see it on CNN too, but my way right now is to send you this video and tell me I am with you. You know, I may not be there physically, but I'm with you there spiritually and mentally at the same time. I understand what you are doing. You know, my reason for not being there is because of where I am now. But I have a purpose also, that I am with you. I will fight with you regardless, no matter where I'm at. So I want to tell you this: keep fighting the good fight, my African American brothers and sisters. Look, hopefully we will overcome this, and we will also seek the justice that we actually need and want.